Alright, hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvy here. Welcome to the next bonus episode. In this bonus episode, we're going to be taking on the Fear. But before we take him on, let's take a look at a few things I missed. Because the Fear boss fight, there's not a lot to note besides one very special method that we can take him out. First off, if you go to this door, the door won't open, but I think if you call the Major shortly after checking the door...
Major, this door.
It won't open?
No.
It's probably locked.
That's what I thought, but there's no keyhole.
I bet it's locked by a punch card security system.
Punch card?
Yep. Instead of a regular key, it uses a card with holes punched in it. You're gonna have to get yourself a card key if you want to get it open.
Snake, you need a special kind of key to open that door. Right now, your top mission priority is to rescue Sokolov. Head for the lab to the north.
So there's that. Now, if we go to the lab... That was not the button I want to press, but yeah, I'll see you at the lab. Now, at the lab, if you put on the scientist outfit and run around as a scientist while outside the lab, this will happen. Let's go get ourselves spotted.
Huh? Running away, huh? What are you doing with face paint? Radio, bring some back up.
Oh, didn't realize the paint would screw things up. Hold on a second. Right, let's try this again, but this time with no face paint on. So what's supposed to happen is that the guard will come up to you.
I'm so hungry. Come on back to the lab.
You'll end up thrown in prison. And I believe if you call on the radio...
Snake, what's wrong? Did something happen?
Yeah, it looks like they mistook me for a scientist trying to escape.
And so they took you back into the lab?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you've succeeded in infiltrating the lab. In that disguise, you should be able to move around the lab without arousing suspicion. Sokolov is somewhere inside that lab. Find out where he is and make contact with him.
Yeah, so this gets you into the lab. Now, there is something I forgot about. Now, there is one thing I do know about, but I don't know where in the lab it is. Supposedly, there is a portrait somewhere in this lab that is a portrait that was used in the game Silent Hill 3. As a bit of an Easter egg to Silent Hill. But I do not know what the portrait is off the top of my head. So if anybody can tell me what the portrait is, I would like to know. Besides from like posters of like Japanese idols and whatnot. I don't know what the portrait is because I've never played Silent Hill 3. So I wouldn't know it even if I was staring at it in the face. But anyway, there is actually something here in Lab West that I completely missed and I forgot even existed. So if you come in here, there is a locker here. And if you open it, you will find this, the knockout handkerchief. The handkerchief would knock out medicine. We can pull it out of our pack, and I believe this is one of the few weapons you can use while disguised. I completely forgot this weapon even existed. If I can, there it is. So yeah, you can just wave it in front of somebody and it will knock them out. I believe Sigurd will comment if you call him.
A handkerchief soaked with a knockout drug, you say? With that thing, I'll bet you could put the enemy to sleep just by grabbing them in CQC. You could also press the weapon button to wave the hanky around and spread the knockout drug that way. But there's only enough drug for one use, so you'll have to go soak it if you want to use it again. You should be able to find some sort of anesthetic around there.
So yeah. So we can use to knock someone out. And if you wave it in front of you, you will knock yourself out, so don't do that. Now, the next thing I will show off here in Granon's office was something I mentioned, but I don't think I properly properly showed. As a matter of fact, I think I might have skipped missed the first-person view because I looked away for a moment.
If you're looking for Sokolov, he's not here anymore. Put that thing away.
So that model behind him is Juhani from Zone of the Enders.
So, you're the intruder everyone's talking about. Well, this technology
Here you can see a
will be
model of
missing
Metal
link
Gear
between
Ray
infantry
from Metal Gear
and
Solid 2
artillery.
and the
A
model
kind
of Metal Gear
if
Rex
you will.
from Metal Gear Solid 1.
And this magnificent
So he has models of three of these things.
step
I can
forward
understand
in
him
weapons
having a
development.
model of Metal Gear Solid Rex since he was the one that came up with the designs for Rex, so it would make sense he would make a model of it
But I won't be.
for reference sake.
No
But
crime
why would he
is
have a
sleep.
model of Metal
But
Gear
you see,
Ray,
I'm going
which
to send
wasn't
these documents to
invented
a friend in the United
until like what, 50 or so years from now in the Metal Gear
Bastards will live to regret
timeline?
this.
When Solid Snake is active, and why would he have a mech of a model of Juhati, a mech from the, I think it was like, what, the 22nd century or whatever that game takes place in? Those are very questionable.
What are you going to do with a rock?
Okay, I got sapped. But anyway, we are about to do the Fear boss fight now. I am going to show you a very, 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 very easy way to deal with the Fear. Especially if you're trying to take him out non-lethally. So when we get into the Fear boss fight, once the cutscene's over, I want you to start timing how long this boss fight goes. So get your stopwatches ready. Your time starts as soon as this cutscene is over.
Is coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. Soon, a most exquisite pain will engulf your entire body. Your limbs will be paralyzed, your lungs cease to draw breath. Eventually, your heart will stop beating. Ah, but what fun would that be? Not a fitting name at all. The boss's apprentice. I will give you fear such as you've never experienced before. Come into my web. It is time for you to feel the fear. Just when the real fear was about to begin.
Did you time that? That went really quick, didn't it?
The fear! The fear! I see it! The fear!
So yeah, if you use a fake death pill, unlike all the other bosses, he will come to you and then turn away and won't notice you when you revive. So, by doing that, you can chuck a flash grenade, stun him, and then use your automatic weapon, and it will drain his stamina instead of his health. This is the only boss that this happens in. And because he will remain stun locked, which makes me wonder if that was supposed to be intentional or not. But by defeating him non-lethally, we get his uniform, the Spider. So let's put it on and see what Sigurd has to say. I think I'm going to have to skip through a few lines of dialogue.
Hey, Snake, what's that you're wearing?
It's spider camouflage. It used to belong to the Fear.
Is that right? Well, it's not as good as the stuff the Fear was wearing, but it still seems to have a pretty decent amount of stealth capability. From the looks of it, the wearer uses stamina to power the stealth function. With this thing on, your camo index will stay at a high level no matter where you go. But if you run out of stamina, the stealth function will stop working. Keep that in mind.
So that's what Spider does. By wearing this, you will automatically given a high camo, usually around 80 to 70%, depending on your background. The problem is it drains your stamina, and as you can see, it does it at an alarming rate. So it's not that good of a camo. It's more situational than anything if you quickly need to hide, but it's not a bad looking camo. It's just not one I personally use. But anyway, so I'm going to cut to return to this fight because there are two other things I want to show in this fight. So I'll see you for the second fight with the Fear. Alright, so after screwing up, you want to... So yeah, I screwed this up a few times because I accidentally clicked continue instead of revive. But what you want to do for this strategy to kill him in a somewhat hilarious but slow way is do the fake death pill, then revive. Now, you do not want to alert the Fear that you've gotten back up. What you want to do is start a torch, get as close to him as possible with the torch lit, and he will catch on fire. This is a glitch because the Fear was never programmed to deal with fire. Even if you throw a phosphorus grenade, bosses will only take the damage, they would not catch on fire. But he can catch on fire with the torch, and as long as you keep the torch on him, he will stay lit, and he will die, never reacting to your presence. It is slow, but absolutely hilarious to see. So let's watch him die. Oh, he can't die from the fire. You actually have to shoot him. I did not know that. I thought the fire could kill him. Alright, well, let's... But still, it's just a really funny thing that you can go up to him, set him alight, and he is not programmed to deal with fire. So... let's finish this off in a very flashy way. Probably one of the more embarrassing ways for the Fear to die.
Fear! I see it! The Fear!
Now, another thing about the Fear fight is that I want to show is actually related to his arrows that he shoots. He can shoot arrows into Snake and they will stick out in him. I believe he can shoot up, I think it's a total of like 64 arrows can be in Snake at any given time. So I just want to stand around and let him shoot me for a bit.
Now I'm here.
Wow. Would help if you actually aimed, Fear.
Take this!
he goes. So yeah, I'll probably let him shoot me for a little bit, and I will cut to a bit later.
What are you looking at?
Alright, I feel I've got enough arrows in my body. So, pay attention to the cutscene when I take him down.
The fear.
Oh, did they actually remove that in the HD port? That is so stupid. So in the original version of the game, these arrows would transition with you into cutscenes. So you could be able to run around as a freaking porcupine. With all these arrows in you. But I guess in the HD port they removed that. Aw, so I did all that for nothing. Well, with that, after wasting my time, I feel I'll end the episode here. And in the next episode, we will go face the end. He's probably going to be my longest bonus video. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode. And share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I will see you all next time. Later.